Welcome back to the Productive Not Busy podcast. How are y'all been? It's been a minute. Did some upgrades to some equipment, upgrades to some information. Today, we're going to talk about 10 ways to recover from a major mistake as a salesperson or a business owner.
You're listening to the Productive Not Busy podcast, where we show you how to do life and business confident, focused, and with a plan so that you can make more money, have more free time, and less stress. Your host, Wayne Withersby, will uncover actionable hacks, strategies, tips, and insights you can use today to live a better, more productive life. It's time to boost your mindset, confidence, and your attitude. Here's your host, Coach Wayne.
So even in the most difficult circumstances, right? When you have the most difficult customers, realize that mistakes are bound to happen over the course of any relationship. So what they are most interested in, if you think about it, is how you, the salesperson or business owner, reacts when a mistake is made. So I'm going to give you 10 tips that may help you recover when that happens. It's not always a disaster. So the first thing I want to talk about is do whatever it takes to fix it. When you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, or a salesperson, right? The future business you stand to make or lose almost always outweighs the cost of dealing with the immediate crisis. So in other words, very rarely is it too expensive just to fix the mistake, especially if it's an honest mistake. I'm not talking about disputes. I'm talking about an honest mistake. And then you got to take responsibility, no matter whose fault it was. You can take part of the blame if you choose, but never none of it. In almost every crisis, there's always something that you could have done which would have averted the problem to begin with, right? And then you got to act swiftly and effectively. Don't just hope the problem will go away by itself. Sometimes people just want to vent their anger and be heard, and swift action will often put out that fire. So be a good ear first. Express concern for the customer situation, and then try to close off the issue. Most people are programmed to expect a not my fault response. So try a simple apology and create a solution. Step in and take charge. Don't rely on someone else in your company to manage the whole problem completely or competently. Everyone likes to deal with a stand-up person, and the customers are no different. True character surfaces under distress and duress. Use the crisis to prove your value. Remember, obstacles are opportunities. Don't ever assign blame. Finger pointing can only diminish you in the eyes of the customer, right? The customer is more interested in how the crisis will be resolved than whose fault it was. So never rely on that. Next, stay calm. Deal with the crisis in ways that will make you friends with that person, not enemies. With people within your own company, you will find people that are like that. Maintain your poise and your sense of humor. It will usually help your customer do the same. Use the opportunity to close ranks with your client as you work together towards a solution. Your ability to keep your composure and lead will rule the day always. You could also run interference. What does that mean? No matter how the solution to the problem plays itself out, make sure that you are the key person in the resolution. Don't refer to the customer to another person within your company, because they may add fire to the problem, which is usually the case. Always communicate. Stay in close touch. Be reassuring if you can, but don't make excuses or try to cover it up. Once your customer becomes aware of the crisis, the worst thing you can do is not keep him or her fully informed. Understand that the customer is always the boss, and other departments will probably be asking questions. Ask what the customer wants. Nobody hardly ever does that. Some customers know exactly what they want to solve the problem and will tell you. If their requests are unreasonable or reasonable, the problem may pass quickly. The dangerous part of using this technique, really, you got to be careful, is that they may ask for things that are unreasonable. Think about your customer carefully before you ask that question. You usually know ahead of time. And lastly, use post-problem bonding. What does that mean? That's something that I've practiced for a long time. If you can resolve the problem to everyone's satisfaction, you may even straighten your relationship with the customer. Right? There's always going to be a sunny afterglow of solving a tough problem, especially if you do it together. And that may be a time to talk about increasing or future business. So remember, obstacles are opportunities. It's how you react. Right? There's an old saying my dad used to tell me, the problem's not the problem. How you react to the problem is the problem. So I hope this helps. You guys have a great day. Be safe, take care, sell a bunch, find somebody, and say something nice. Talk to you soon.
You've been listening to the Productive, Not Busy podcast. Please hit the subscribe and notification of new episodes button and visit us on social media like Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok for bonus content.